so much better. So much better. Oh, it's the season to be jolly. Fa la 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 la. Hello, everybody, and happy new year. Hey. It's 2022. Hey, I am excited. Let me tell you guys, I am so excited about this year. Way. Because 2021 is overdue. We are ready for 2022, but I am so happy. I am so excited to be in this new year. Anyway, happy new year 2022. We are on, I think today is the third day or the second day out, and I'm so happy to be back here. I know it has been a minute. If inconsistency was a person, ingekuwa mimi, but well, I have been fine. I enjoyed the festive season and I am so happy to be back. And one of the reasons why I have been away for so long is is what I want us to talk about today. And I'm just happy. I'm happy for this year. I'm happy for this new season, and I'm looking forward to it. And I know I've not been on here for quite a while, and it's very interesting because I'm saying that I am very happy about 2022. But the past couple of weeks, I have been going through a very interesting season, which is one of the reasons why I have not been on here for a long time. I do not know how many of you in your walk of salvation have experienced this moment in your faith. I think for me it was just a season in my faith where you feel frustrated, if I may call it that. And don't get me wrong, it's not that I was, doubting my faith or doubting God. That is not what was happening. I think I was just frustrated at the season because I felt that I had, I have put in the work, I have put in the time, I've put in the resources, I have put in the energy, and I do not seem to see the results. I am not seeing the feedback in terms of what I would have expected to be happening in that particular season. And it's interesting because it's not that I do not understand who God is and how God works, but because I attribute it to my humanity. Like, because of humanity, sometimes we get to that point in our salvation or in our faith where you actually get frustrated about the season. And for me, it was so interesting because the things I was praying about, I would maybe interact with someone and they'd be like, okay, help me to pray about 1, 2, 3, 4 things, and probably similar things. And then I get immediate testimonies, and then I'm like, hold up, as in, I came here yesterday, like me niliomba last year, and here you are answering a prayer for yesterday. I mean, priorities, God. What are your priorities? It is so funny now. It wasn't funny then. And for me, it just felt so frustrating because I was like, wait, what is it that I'm not doing right? Is it that I am missing a memo? Is it that, what is happening? And it kind of became a very quiet season for me in terms of my salvation, because you get frustrated and you feel this is not working out, this is not happening, I don't know what to do, I am stuck, I don't even know how to pray because I don't know what else to pray about anymore. I feel like I have prayed enough, I feel like I have I have waited enough. But the most interesting thing about God is I have gotten to experience God in a different dynamic. Over the years of my salvation journey, I have experienced many attributes and aspects of God. I have experienced God as a father. I experienced God as a counselor, as a comforter, as a healer, as so many things. But for the very first time, I can say I now understand fully what it is to know God as a friend. And it's so interesting because we talk about God, I am a friend of God, we sing, I am a friend of God, like we sing and we dance to the song. But for the past couple of weeks, I can confidently say that God is actually a friend. Because even when I was going through all those things and I was feeling frustrated, constantly the Holy Spirit kept assuring me, you know what, I am here. I am here and I am constant. I'm not going to change. I'm the one thing that is constant. I'm the one thing that is not going to change. My love for you has not changed. My mercy, my grace, my favor, everything about me remains the same. Even now, even in this moment that you're not understanding what's happening, I remain the same. And I figured, well, let me just come on here and encourage someone who might be watching this, and this year has not started out the way you wanted it to start out. I was looking online and I could see, I saw a certain post about someone who started this new year by losing their marriage, and they were really, really heartbroken. I have seen people who have started the year without a job. Other people have started the year without a child. You are praying for a child, and people are starting from very different positions, and there are people who are starting from a point of frustration. You're wondering, God, I have done everything right. I have sought you. I have been faithful. I have nimetithe, nimefanya hizo vitu zote. How come I'm not receiving my answers? How comes things don't seem to be going forward for me? And this is just an encouragement, because the one thing that I got the assurance of, and which is what I want to share with you, is that God is constant. Like, God does not change. He remains the same. God's love for you, even if you have lost a marriage and you're feeling heartbroken, God's love for you has not changed. God's love for you is constant. His mercy towards you is constant. His favor upon your life is constant. That does not change, because we have a God who is unchangeable. He remains constant, even in our humanity, because those things happen because of our humanity, because of our frailties, our weaknesses, or even other people's weaknesses that affect us. But it does not change who God is. It does not change the core and the nature of who God is. And that, for me, has been so paramount in this season, that God is unchanged. And the most interesting thing as well, and also another thing that is so comforting, is that God already took into account your humanity. You guys, God already knew your weaknesses, your blind spots, your every single thing about you that makes you human, or that makes you quote unquote weak. He has already taken all that into consideration. And having taken all that into consideration, he still says, I love you. I have chosen you. I have called you. I gave up my only son to die for you. Can you imagine? He has already taken into account everything that you feel is wrong about you. He has already taken into account your weaknesses, your blind, every single thing about you. That, for me, guys, is mind-blowing. That there is nothing about me that shocks God. There's nothing about me that surprises God. Because he already took account of all that even before I was born. That is the most comforting thing. So I know that even when I am going through this season, he already took account of this. He already took into account, this season. He already took into account this season, and he knew you're going to go through this season, but guess what? You're going to come out of it. You're going to push through to the other end. And I am right here. Which is the other thing that I felt really comforted and I am sharing with you, that the most important thing is, do not lose sight of God. I know these seasons are sometimes can be a make or break for some believers. Some believers, these are the times they're like, you know what, this salvation thing, it's not working out for me. And for some people, it's the make. But I would really, really hope and encourage you that please Do not lose sight of God. Yes, I know you're in pain. I know you're going through so much right now, but do not lose sight of God. Because the minute you lose sight of God, you lose sight of hope, you lose sight of faith, you lose sight of joy, you lose sight of peace. You lose sight of the possibility of seeing the sunlight. You lose the possibility of seeing that light at the end of the tunnel, because that means you have lost hope. You have lost the will to live, the will to fight. And I think constantly, like a few days to Christmas, I remember that's the thing that the Holy Spirit kept saying to me. It was like, it's okay. It's okay that you're feeling like that. It's okay that you're going through this tough season. It's okay that you feel like that. But I would really tell you this, encourage you, do not lose sight of me. Do not lose sight of the Holy Spirit. Do not lose sight of God. Do not lose sight of Jesus. Because even when you look at the story of Peter, when he made that bold move to be like, yo, I'm a welcome water, like I'm doing this. And he walked and he kept looking at Jesus. But the minute he started looking around him, he began to sink. The same for us. You have already come so far. Do not lose sight of God, who has kept you afloat all this time. And yes, it does not mean the storm around you has stopped. It does not mean that the rain will stop beating. It does not mean that the fire has ceased being there. It does not mean that, but it means that you have someone that you're looking to, someone who will keep you afloat. Someone who will make sure that you're not going to drown, that you're not going to burn, that you're not going to die. Do not lose sight of God. I think for me, that is my desire for each and every person that is on this platform for 2022. That you are not going to lose sight of God. That regardless of what is happening around you, or as Kenyans would say, irregardless. Boy, regardless of what is happening around you, you lost someone that you love. You lost a relationship that you put so much in. You lost a business. You lost a child. Do not lose sight of God. Because the minute you lose sight of God, you lose the link between you and your salvation. Not just salvation for being born again, but salvation in terms of being saved from that situation. The minute you lose sight of God, you lose the link to the strength that will get you through that pain. Because the beauty about God as a father is that he's right there telling you, imagine, I understand what you're going through, but I am right here. I am right here, and it is going to be okay. It is actually going to be okay. So I do not know how your 2022 has started. And even if your 2022 has started on a very high note, do not lose sight of God. Do not lose sight of God so that you get carried away by the pleasures of life. And you get carried away and you forget the reason why you got to the top in the first place. Do not lose sight of God. Allow God to be your friend. You know what, guys? God is an all-in-one package. You need a friend, he's there. You need a helper, he's there. You need a comforter. Unataka mtu fun, he's there. Like, he is there. You need someone for joy. If you need anything, God is all in one. He has everything that you need. And the beauty is that he's the one thing that will forever be constant. That God is not going to change. Like, you guys, hey, I don't know whether you are understanding the impact of that statement, that God does not change. He's not going to be changed by anything. His love for you will still be unconditional. His mercies will still be new every morning. His love will be constant. His grace will always be sufficient. It does not matter what is happening. You can always fall back to God because he's constant. He'll always be constant. That is my conviction, and that is my encouragement to all of you. So I know and I hope that each one of you that is hearing me and watching me today is not going to lose sight of God. Aki, you're going to like just stay focused. And I know it's not easy. We'll be sharing more experiences about our salvation in 2022. But trust you me, with God, it's so much easier. When you have God, it's gonna be okay. That's for sure. It's going to be okay. Yes. So thank you so much for staying with me and watching and listening to me share my experience with you. I hope to be a lot more present in this space and bring on board more people, have more conversations with other people. I am in the process of doing that with my friends and other people who I feel in the course of this year you will be seeing other new faces on this platform. And I hope this is going to be a very lovely and interesting journey that we're going to walk through together. And you guys, guess what? I'm going to insert a clip there because my vlogging journey or my whatever this I am doing has gone a notch higher because I got as a gift vlogging equipment. I am so happy. Ooh, I will insert a clip there of I didn't do like an unboxing thing, but just a picture of what I got. I am so excited. I have stuff to vlog with and I'm getting my microphone soon. So it's gonna be amazing. I am so happy. I'm so happy. I am so excited. I got vlogging equipment as a gift. This is so exciting. So I already connected it and set it up. Then there's also this small hand tripod that I can use to together with this to set up my phone whenever maybe I don't want to carry this big one. I can always use a small one. And of course the shutter thing, it's called a remote shutter. Yes, that, which I can use for taking videos and pictures. So this is amazing. I am just so excited about this gift. Yes, so this is it. So I'm really excited about this new year and new journey. Hey, I'm so hopeful about 2022. So yes, God bless you. Have a good time and see you in the next video. Yes.